Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my channel. In today's session, I would like to discuss with you vocabulary when you wish to share your opinions with others. So that means the topic in today's session is sharing opinions. Generally, what happens, people who want to convey their opinions to others, they can do it very easily. But yes, using relevant vocabulary can help you to express your ideas and opinions more clearly. So, in this session, I'm going to help you to learn a wide range of vocabulary that will help you to improve your communication skills, especially when you want to share your opinions with others. So, once again, I welcome you to my channel. Now, let us start the discussion. Here, the first phrase is groundbreaking research. So, what do you understand by groundbreaking? When I read this word, the first thing that I wanted to know whether groundbreaking is a single word or it is a set of two words. When I came to know that this is a single word, then I tried to think that whether it is a hyphenated word or non-hyphenated word. So, my dear friends, such kinds of doubts must also appear in your mind. Why? Because English is a kind of the language where you have to explore every day and never proceed ahead with your perceptions in English. Try to be very specific, very precise, whatever you want to speak with someone in English. Okay, so if I say that groundbreaking research, I could also say that it is a groundbreaking discovery. I can say that it's a groundbreaking discovery. Similarly, if I use this word in another phrase, and the phrase here is groundbreaking research, can I say that she carried out a groundbreaking research on cells, like that. So here I can make any statement or a sentence that I want, but I must be knowing where I should use this phrase. Not only the usage but also the position. Accordingly, the meaning can also go changed. One more thing, if you are picking these phrases and you try to make a sentence, please ensure that it is rightly placed. If it is not rightly placed, then what will happen? Your sentence will not look natural. In English, it's not only the relevant vocabulary, but of course, it should be natural vocabulary as and when you start as and when you start having conversation with others. Okay? So the next phrase here is a significant contribution. Can I say that uh, introduction of technology, or I can say that an upgradation in technology has made a significant contribution in our life, or I can be very specific. For example, development of networks, or in fact I can also say that network developments have network developments have made a significant contribution in technology advancement. Am I right? So if I'm saying that something has contributed in a particular field, so I can relate network with the field of this technology advancement, or I can say that an advancement in technology. Depending on the phrase, I'm just giving you ideas how you can try to use these phrases in your day-to-day life, especially how you can make your sentences more meaningful, more effective, and of course they are going to be quite precise. Continue. Next phrase here is some powerful arguments. Yeah, someone may be expert in making powerful arguments. So how will I, what kind of adjective that I want to use with arguments? That's a question. So here I'm trying to help you to understand that powerful arguments. Everyone may not respond to powerful arguments. Of course, if you start arguing, then again it may not be the right platform for you to utilize your energy. Correct? So let us understand it's not always possible to understand what to speak. It is very important for us to understand when should I speak or not. Correct? Let's continue. Next phrase here is concise summary. Concise means very precise, very meaningful, and of course short. So summary itself means that you are providing some part of the information which is based on various snippets of information, I can say. If it happens that I can make a statement, she provided a concise summary on the passage provided. So that means a passage was given to her, she tried to write precisely. So rather, if I say she wrote precisely, I'm also saying that she submitted a concise summary or she had written a concise summary. Okay, so the next phrase here is irrefutable evidence. Irrefutable means that can never be refuted. That means you cannot prove them wrong. You cannot prove them wrong. So can I say that this theory is based on irrefutable evidences or proofs like that? That means nobody can challenge it. Correct? Next phrase here is a perfect example. So while having a conversation with someone, if I say that this can be a good example, rather saying good example, I will say that it's a perfect example in a particular scenario. Correct? Now it depends on you. How do you use it more effectively and meaningful? In case you face any difficulty and you need my help, of course, in comment box you can put a comment where I can go through your sentence and I can help you to make it more effective. Okay? So in that way we can have a conversation and I can solve your doubts how to use these natural phrases to make your sentences more natural, expressive, and of course meaningful. Next phrase here is a clear illustration. Illustration means suppose if I wish to convey you some information, I'm going to present with a picture. I'm going to present your picture. So what could I say? What does it illustrate? So that means what are you able to learn from this picture? So here the most appropriate word that you should use is a clear. So can I say that this is a clear illustration that represents or that conveys or that helps us to understand what was the scenario or what was the economic scenario a century ago, like that. So here it depends on you how do you use it, my dear friends. This was a clear illustration. So illustration can be clear, but how will you say a clear illustration? This will be an effective and meaningful phrase for you. And the next phrase here is a tentative explanation. If someone asks me at what time will you be available for meeting, I can say that the tentative schedule, the tentative timetable. Tentative means not for sure, but I should try to be there. If I say that a tentative schedule for examinations, a tentative schedule for the examinations has been announced by the concerned authorities. So what I'm saying, a tentative schedule, that means we shall try to work on that, but yes, there is no guarantee that it is fixed. So that means at the in the last minute the authorities may revise it. So every time I would say that it's a tentative schedule. Correct? So whatever the sentences that I'm making here, they're tentative sentences. So depending on the situation, you may have to modify some phrases or certain, you can also add articles and prepositions depending on the sentence structure. But as and when you pick any of the fixed expressions that I have written on the board, please try to avoid it, because if you put unnecessarily an article there or any preposition, it may be possible that your sentence loses its meaning. Okay, so it should not happen in your case. So these are the fixed expressions, my dear friend. A tentative explanation. So that means that is the best explanation from my side, but I cannot say this is a perfect explanation. A tentative explanation. Next one is shape someone's thinking. Can I say that the atmosphere provided to a child, the atmosphere provided to a child will shape his or her opinions. So that means it totally depends on the atmosphere that you create for someone. Especially this is an initial stage of learning. So here something is going to shape someone's opinion. So that means it is a kind of influence. But once the opinions are framed, I mean to say they get designed in the mind. It is very hard to change them. So it's really essential for us to come out with the best possible atmosphere, especially for kids and children who need a, a supportive atmosphere that can help them to learn and to think creatively. Okay, next, carry out a detailed study. If I say that she carried out an assessment or she carried out a detailed study to support her theories, like that. So if I really want to support my theories, I must try to carry out a detailed research program on that. But here, what did I say? Carry out a detailed study. So she carried out a detailed study to support her theories. Maybe this is a kind of, this is just one example. So you can rectify or you can modify these sentences depending on what exactly you wish to convey to others. Next phrase here is supportive evidences. If I say that these are the supportive evidences, that means they support, I mean to say they make us to understand that a particular situation becomes more favorable when I'm taking these evidences into consideration. So I can say that these are supportive evidences to take a final decision. These are supportive evidences to take a final decision or to take a final call. Next fixed expression here is strenuously defense. Strenuously defense here means you are using a lot of physical and mental power. So that means you're trying to protect yourself. So we can say that how we could use this phrase is she or he strenuously defended himself in times of crisis. This there may be a situation when a person is being physically assaulted by someone. So at that time, what should he or she should do here is the person should try to give his or her level best to protect himself or herself. So here I would say that he tried to he tried to defend strenuously. In that way, I can also use this phrase. Okay, strenuously defends, or she defended him herself strenuously by using a lot of physical and mental support. She tried her level best, or he tried her level his level best. Next, outstanding performance. When I say that you performed very well, I can also say that I greatly appreciate you on your outstanding performance. So this was a performance, this was an outstanding performance. So outstanding adds more meaning to it. Okay. So next time whenever you appreciate someone, you can say that this was an outstanding performance. Okay, so this way your phrase is very effective, very meaningful, and of course it is very, very expressive. It expresses a lot of things. Correct? In emotions, we need to learn how to express our emotions. So rather I raise my voice, better to use more effective words. Correct? So words will play a pivotal role in life. Rather, I'm wasting my energy in raising my voice. So voice has no further role to play if you have effective words and vocabulary to defend your views. Correct? Next, the key factors in. If I say that the key factors engaged in, the key factors involved in. So somewhere I can use it as my subject in a sentence. Okay. So the key factors responsible for unemployment are. The key factors responsible for unemployment are. I can also say that the key factors held responsible. The key factors held responsible for poverty are. For what are the factors responsible, I can discuss further after are. Okay. Next and last phrase here is broadly support. So somewhere if you support someone, you can say that I support you broadly. This is correct, and this was a broad support to you. So I can use it either in the form of ly, that means an adverb, or I can also put it up as an adjective. So my dear friends, in today's session we have tried to learn more vocabulary words and natural phrases where you have learned how to give your opinions. Some of the times you may wish to convey your opinion, so you can say like that, in my opinion, according to me. But rather using these phrases, I may say that I believe that, I firmly believe that. Correct? So here it is up to you how do you convey your message, how do you convey your opinion. But it largely depends on your vocabulary, your confidence. Not only vocabulary and confidence, but also what information that you possess with you on grammar. If you are not sure about grammar, then I humbly request you to strengthen your concepts in grammar. It may not be possible for you to become perfect, but to some extent, there are certain things that we use on frequently basis, on everyday basis. So what are these? Articles, prepositions, quantifiers, models, such that. So it's basically a list of nearly 20 topics if I say that you must learn, that you may not be looking to make yourself to reach the advanced stage in English, but still you must learn the fundamentals so that you are confident enough, you understand. I will give you one example here. Suppose she is confusing, she is confusing, then I say she is confused. So you may be thinking that why I'm giving you these sentences. Okay, if I say that she is confusing, she is confused, confusing and confused both are adjectives here, but the meanings will be different. If I say that she is confusing, so that means I'm talking about her emotions and it's a permanent problem because she's always confused. So rather saying she is always confused, I would say that she is confusing. If I say that she is confusing us, it has a different meaning. If I'm making confused, if I want to use confusing word as an adjective, then I would say that he is confusing. So that means confusion has become a permanent feature of his or her opinion, like that, depending on the situation. If I say that he is confused or she is confused, in these sentences I'm saying that he or she is confused, but please note that this confusion is for a while, it's temporary part of the emotion. So while understanding what are the adjectives, I should understand how could I express my ideas, how can I put a particular word as an adjective in various forms in a sentence. So this was just one kind of the example, one kind of the example that I wanted to discuss with you to help you to understand the depth of English. Okay, that's all from my end, my dear friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you soon in my upcoming videos very soon. Thank you so much. Enjoy learning with us. Thanks a lot.